Shall we get set up for another one?
I'll get my hat.
Because I totally think this is going to be an outtakes thing.
We can put it at the end of this.
It's too long to be. This could be just a whole separate episode. So.
Could be too.
All right, go ahead and do the question again.
Yeah.
What I miss?
So amongst us Gen Xers, before Hasbro was actually releasing lightsabers to kids.
Kenner.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, Ken originally.
Us poor kids had to make do with something as a lightsaber, and there's generally two thoughts to it. Which route did you go, Rob?
Wrapping paper tubes.
Yep, that was mine
that was
too.
the most common and most easy to get, especially after Christmas or birthday.
birthdays,
You had
yep.
it right there.
Yep. I remember even trying to busting out the Crayola markers and trying to color the tube to like draw a hilt on it and then color the rest of the tube a different, like a yellow or orange.
You had yours last that long?
No. Trust me, my attention span was not that great back then at that point, because when the marker started to like run out, and I had 2.5 feet of tube left, I'm like, yeah, this is dumb.
Mm-hmm. It would basically be me and Josh. And game over, man.
Yeah.
It's like two samurai meeting on the field,
Now my
Goodbye,
mother,
wrapping tube.
as crafty and projecty as she was and still is, she's like, well, draw your little handle part, and then she found some kind of to construction paper or something that was already colored, and just wrapped it around the rest of the tube.
Oh, see,
And that looked good until, of course, the inevitable
now at 5 years old.
occurred.
I got one of the collectibles that I still have. One of the items I still have, I got at 5. It was the Don Post Darth Vader costuming helmet. Still have that to this day in my collection. It's beat up because I loved it. But 5-year-old Rob wanted a Darth Vader costume. And Shars, my mom, sewed me one. It was amazing. I remember those little mini cereal boxes. She made that for the chest box and everything. Coolest costume ever. 5 minutes of me running around in that helmet after getting it. I was like, I can't do it. Oh, my dad complained. He's like, we spent all this money on the helmet. He's not going to use it. I still have it to this day, Dad. That's right. And look where I'm at now. 501st costuming Darth Vader. Ha-ha!
A couple other helmets that are kind of somewhat difficult to wear now for long periods of time.
Yeah, it is true. Ibuprofen is my friend, and so is Biofreeze. But, yeah. That was that. Yeah, eventually we'll get some pictures of that costume up. 2 things.
Yeah, what was the second one?
Oh, the
Wrapping paper.
lightsaber.
Oh, the second one was actual lightsabers.
Okay.
Kenner made actual lightsabers. It had
Yeah.
the hilt with a screw-on, long plastic tube, and then a top 4 thing on top. It was just 2 pieces of plastic in the tube. That you, woo, it would make a noise as you whipped it through the air.
And if you're poor, your parents that were like, you know what, you got too much Ninja Turtle GI Joe stuff. You don't need that. Then
wait.
it was the wiffle bat.
Well, wait, you can't do that.
I can't.
You can't do, if your parents, too much Turtles, too much G.I. Joe. Turtles didn't exist at this time.
But I'm a little younger than you.
I know, but
My
you
time
can't, your time frame is totally different than me and Nick's time frame.
It's like 5
We
years
actually
later.
had the Kenner
7.
hard plastic. This is before they cared about kids hurting each other. Hard plastic
That's true. That's
lightsabers.
true.
Did you ever see one of those things?
Your age group, they
just-
didn't care. My age group, they started to care a little bit.
We would hit those things so hard, you would have bends in the plastic.
That was
Yeah.
what happened with most of my wiffle bats. They got dented. And I actually remember one time somebody hit one of my friends hit somebody with one. It actually folded finally. And it was no longer usable as a wiffle ball bat.
Basically, you had baseball bat lightsabers.
Because when you swung it, you could actually get it to make the humming sound. It would drive through the air.
So we just used lightsabers.
Well, apparently I was partying.
But at the same time, different generations. Those weren't out there. The lightsabers you
Yeah, they
had
were.
probably the retractable blades. Were those around when you were a kid?
I don't even remember those.
Yeah, because
honestly.
there was a great drought of Star Wars
I
products
think, yeah,
you
like
never
they came
had.
out with a lot of the toys right when the movies came out. And
And then after Return of the Jedi, everything disappeared until
there
about
was nothing more to
97.
merchandise at that point.
Yeah,
There were no
97 when
films.
stuff started coming out. And then 99 when episode 1 came out. And then you had the Star Wars
So we started getting the Power of the Force collection.
resurgence. So you could get Luke's lightsaber,
films.
Vader's lightsaber.
Special edition films, rather.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
That
about
was when I really
97
saw
on, we
that
had that
resurgence.
resurgence to here we are today.
Yup.
Let's keep it going. But you, Nick, what was your second thing? You had wiffle balls and what else? Wiffle ball bats?
Wiffle bats.
Same
Cardboard tubes.
cardboard tubes.
Okay.
There are two. And every now and then we resort to a broom handle.
Dude,
That's hardcore.
dude.
That's hardcore. That's when you didn't
Woo.
like your friends or your brothers.
Only one of us is coming back from this, brother.
Well,
And it's not you. You got a cardboard too.
that was only 4 years before my brother and I were actually carving down 2x4s to make Highlander swords.
I was gonna say it's like
Then we really were yelling there could be only one.
I was gonna say here, yeah. I was gonna
You
say
know,
I
I didn't.
remember
I
some Highlander at
watched
that
Highlander
point.
back then, but I didn't. You know, it was all lightsabers. By that time, no. Me and my best friend used to do some sword fighting. I remember the one time I got a black eye because he got mad at me. He'd made some wooden swords. We were down there fighting with him down at old dinosaur park. That was great because he came at me. Well, I just grabbed his two hands. Wow! He was like, what was that move? So he came at me really hard, and my sword hit my face, blocking
It
him.
was your own sword, too.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Because he came swinging because his younger friend got the better of him. It was great. I'm like, just right there. Boom. You're dead. I'm not dead. You're dead. So yeah,
Yes. The
Those
other
were
component of playing with things like that, the arguments over whether you were dead or not.
you're dead. Literally, I had you dead to rights. I'm not dead. Yes, you are. Merely a flesh
I
wound.
was gonna say that I feel like that's Monty Python.
And add more references to today's stuff. Oh, earlier today, remember when we were talking about the claw tube, raw tube?
Yes,
Like,
which
two
we totally
And,
myth that.
and our
was-
editor guy is like, oh, yes, no.
But I was wrong in my initial statement, but you know,
And
because
I
Army
thought
Darkness
you had
came out in
gone.
92.
I thought you had gone to this other thing.
Yeah.
The day that
It
Earth
was just
stood
the
still.
day the Earth stood still.
That's where it originally came
1951.
from, and it was a homage from that movie.
It was an homage to that film, and then Army Darkness did the same homage to that film.
Yep.
It was not
Well,
one or the other.
shall we get set up for another one?
I'll get my hat.